I love my job. I can't really tell you all the ins and outs, but I love what I do. So just because I love it might not mean you will love it. So don't take my word for it because I'm having so much fun all the time. Because the things that I can do, you probably can't do them. Just like the situation I was explaining about Townsend, Tennessee. Some people might freak out about stuff like that. But I keep my calm, and that's something I prayed for. A lot of people ask me why and how can you stay so cool, calm, and collected? Well, it's something I prayed for because I used to have a temper and a short fuse, and I had problems with that, but that's something I prayed for. So now I guess I appear tranquil to people because my prayer has been answered. So no one can tell me that prayer doesn't work because I know it does. Even before that prayer was answered, prayer has been working for me since I can remember. Now, I can give you advice all day and night. I can give you some pointers. But I'll say this job, truck driving, any type of commercial vehicle work is not for everybody. First of all, if you have a problem with being away from home for long periods of time, then this is not for you. Trucking is definitely not for you because you're going to be away from home if you're driving trucks sometimes months at a time. In this right here, you may be gone a couple of days, a couple of weeks, and then you'll be back home. But while you're gone and you're driving this, you get a hotel room. And just because you get a hotel room doesn't mean it's all roses and cupcakes. That's stupid what I said, but that's what I can think of. But yeah, you might have a hotel room, but you'll still have to get up and take people where they need to go. And a lot of times they don't realize that you have to follow DOT regulations, hours of service regulations. They don't care. All they know is they booked a trip. They had a time frame when they wanted to do it, and they want it done. A lot of times when I get people like that, I talk to them. And that's supposed to be the job of the people at the company, but a lot of companies just don't consider that. They don't. A lot of companies think that drivers run off of batteries and diesel fumes. This company that I'm working for is a great company to work for. They pretty much take care of their drivers and do all and everything that they can for them. So in this case, there's no problem, but most companies, they don't care. It's like, for instance, people, as I was saying, book these trips, they charter these trips, and they don't run their itinerary by the company. So a company that is in compliance with DOT regulations wouldn't know exactly what the group of people are doing. And then when you get out, you have the driver staying out till 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And then you want to get back up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go and do whatever. And not realizing the driver, and if you're a motor coach operator, you're going to need 8 hours. If you're a truck driver, you don't have to deal with people, so you don't have to worry about it. But a truck driver is going to need 10 hours, as far as I know, if it hadn't changed. Because those rules change every time you blink. Now they require you to stop after 8 hours. Driving a truck, you got to stop after 8 hours to take a break. You have to show breaks in there. You can't drive solid. See, when I was trucking, I drove solid sometimes because I had everything I needed. I made my sandwiches and had my drinks and everything laid out. I would stop for probably 10 minutes and mark at 15. I sit there for 15 at a rest area and use the bathroom and keep on going. I didn't stop and go in the truck stop and sit down and eat meals like most guys do. I was trucking for as long as I could, and I would push it. I would push it all the way up to 11 hours of driving time. Sometimes covering 600 plus, close to 700 miles a day, if I could. Especially if I was solid interstate running. But your job is what you make it. That's a way to sum it up. Don't take anybody's word from it. Just because somebody likes something doesn't mean you're gonna like it, because everybody's different. If everybody was the same, this world would be a boring place. It really would. So I wouldn't want to hang around a whole bunch of people just like me. I try to do things as decent and in order as I possibly can, but if I hung around a whole bunch of people that were so wanted things the way they wanted it and no other kind of way, sort of like me, I don't think I could live around them. But I've grown to adapt to things better than I used to, because I'm telling you, a few years ago, before I really started praying and getting spiritual and getting close to God, I mean, things had to be the way I wanted them or nothing else. I've been through plenty of jobs where it had to be my way or I would hit the highway. But prayer works. Prayer changes things. Now I can tolerate so much and more than I used to. And people tell me that. I hear it all the time. You're a good one, because I wouldn't take that. Well, it's not about what you wouldn't and couldn't take. It's about me. And I realize, as I've said before, character is very important. A little character goes a long way. You treat people the way you want to be treated, even though they don't treat you the way they want to be treated. You still have to smile and keep going. That's a part of life. You're not always going to have things the way you want them. But there we go. There we have it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it for right now.